Matthew Bergeron spoke for the first time since he signed his big contract extension, and he talked a lot about how much it means to him that the Falcons placed that much trust in him at such a young age. Andre Dickens gave his staff and his city a long pat on the back for the team effort it took to host the World Cup without any major problems. I'm here in Doraville at one of the most popular local Colombian restaurants. It's called Las Delicias de la Abuela. And for the past couple days after the earthquakes in Colombia, they've had a really cool initiative where they've encouraged people from all over the area to come in and donate essential survival supplies. You've only got a couple more weeks left to come see the butterfly encounter at the Chattahoochee Nature Center here in Roswell. And when I say it's an encounter, I really do mean encounter. You get the chance to be up close and personal with about 200 butterflies.
It means the world to me, especially just, being drafted here and just growing here as a player. And just growing with the team, it means the world to me.
The Falcons guard is staying in Atlanta for another 4 years after signing a $96 million contract extension last week. Bergeron says he's excited to keep developing alongside other young stars on the Falcons offense, like Kyle Pitts and Drake London.
For sure, I think the guys that you mentioned obviously are, foundation piece for not only for our offense but for the team as well. Just Drake, Kyle are just great leaders.
Bergeron also understands that now that he's a part of the team's core, his teammates and coaches expect him to be a leader despite his young age.
I think you're right. It's becoming slowly, like, as the years goes by, it's just slowly becoming like our team, and there's definitely more ownership on the way we practice.
Bergeron and his teammates practiced with pads for the first time all offseason, and he says being in the trenches with pads is an entirely different approach than without them.
It's just kind of the handle and kind of getting the timing of it right. Just kind of your hands. I think it's definitely a hands and leverage game. And I think that the defensive line, they play a certain way when it's without pads, obviously because you're trying to avoid contact. And once the pads come on, they kind of play it a different way, to kind of put it simple.
You might be wondering what Bergeron is going to spend his first big paycheck on. Well, he's a big car guy, and there are two muscle cars he's had his eye on for a long time. At Flowery Branch, Jake Branan, Fox 5 Sports. Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens gave his city an A+ on what he called the group project of hosting the World Cup. He knew hosting 8 matches, including a semifinal, and 500,000 fans from more than 100 countries over the course of a whole month would be a huge test. But he said the city passed that test with flying colors. He gave the most credit to the unsung heroes, the city staff, volunteers, and everyday people just like you and me, who helps make Atlanta's biggest event since the Olympics 30 years ago a roaring success.
Atlanta is a group project. No single person, no single organization, and no single level of government can accomplish something of this magnitude alone. Our greatest accomplishments happen when we work together.
If the praise Dickens heard firsthand is any indication, the World Cup will be what fully cements Atlanta as a world-class city.
I sat between ambassadors and consul generals and large business leaders of various countries every single match, and many of them said, I gotta make sure that we host conferences in your city. I gotta make sure that we might put a regional headquarters for our international company in your city.
City Chief Operating Officer LaShondra Burks says these international leaders are just discovering everything Atlanta has to offer, but she's known that from the beginning.
Over the past month, the world experienced what we've always known about this city. Our hospitality, our people, and the pride we have in calling Atlanta home. From our airport to our neighborhoods, from Atlanta Stadium to 5 neighborhood watch parties across our city, Atlanta's spirit could be seen and felt everywhere.
At Atlanta City Hall, Jake Branan, Fox 5 News.